What's up, everybody? It's Jessica Ray. Thank you for joining me once again. You all, I am excited tonight because we are going to be talking about something that applies to me and probably applies to a couple of you out there. I know if it does not apply to you, then you know somebody who has this issue. And I am the first one to admit myself that I have this problem, okay? And that is people-pleasing syndrome. People-pleasing syndrome. How many of you have this or know somebody who has this issue? And of course, you can't really vocalize it. You can't really say what it is. You can't put a name to it, but I'm putting a name to it tonight. In my sessions with my clients, I've been finding that this is trending, and I'm sure that if it's trending now, it's with them, it's trending probably out there with you too, and with some of you. So I want to bring this to light. I want us to talk tonight about why we do this. Why do we have people-pleasing syndrome? Exactly what it is and the positives and negatives that correspond and correlate with it. I hope you guys are ready for this. All right, let's go. So basically, people-pleasing syndrome is all about it's like the person, they can't say no. They have the burden of making the world a better place. If it costs me everything, if it puts a smile on somebody's face, if I have to go out of my way, whatever I have to do to please people, whether it's hurting me, whether I have to fake the funk, whatever it is that I have to come out of myself to do to please a person, I'm going to do it. That's people-pleasing syndrome. No matter what it takes, you are going to please. You have reasons why you're doing it too, but nobody knows the reasons why you're doing it. You just think you're a nice person. You just think that you're just this person that is just so kind and so willing and so able and so competent that you want to share this with the world. And so you can't say no. You'd rather break your back than displease somebody. You'd rather take the short end of the stick, right? Than to say no to someone. You'd rather be on the back burner. You'd rather pay the price than to have somebody else pay the price. Well, this is what we do as people pleasers, okay? And yes, people pleasers, there's good to us, and then there's also a whole lot of bad that we endure. I'm very, very, very acquainted with this topic. So you all follow me into this few minutes journey as we discuss people-pleasing syndrome. All right, let's go. So the first reason why we like to people please is because we want to be liked. How many of you are acquainted with that whole liking thing? You just want people to like you. You want people to love you. We want people to adore us. We want people to, when they think about us, we want you to get goosebumps. We want you to get like these little bubbles in your stomach when you hear our name. We want to be liked. Even in the morning. Sometimes we'll put something out there. We'll post something. We'll post a picture or we'll post a little phrase or something in social media, and we want it to be liked. And if people like it, we feel better about ourselves, right? If people love our pictures, they're liking what we're doing on social media, we're like, oh my gosh, I really like myself now because other people like me. But this is backwards. This is backwards. And this is something that this generation is going through a lot and does not even know it, that they're liking themselves based on how much other people like them. And they don't like themselves if other people don't like them. But what should be happening is in the morning, we should already get up out the bed, loving and liking ourselves without us having to put nothing out there, without us having to go to school or go to work and feel the likes and loves from our acquaintances, right? Without us having to do anything for anyone, we should already have prepared our heart and affirmed ourselves with self-worth, with self-love, with self-dignity and honor, and knew who we were before people hit like, or before we got somebody to say, oh my God, I like you so much, right? That's false. It's all a facade. None of it is real. None of it is real. If we don't love ourselves, then how can we expect that for anybody else to love us and like us? Everybody else's loves and likes don't matter. Honestly, the reason why is because people are fickle. One day they'll like you, the next minute they don't like you. One minute they'll love your stuff, and then the next minute they don't. They're moving on to the next best thing. Make a mistake and do something. Post something wrong, right? Go out there and do something that maybe is not as politically correct or popular. Say something out of the way that people don't typically say, and watch what happens. You'll see a big shift, right? People won't like as much. But see, this is just how human nature is. People are not stable with the things that they like. They treat other people like shoes. One minute you're in, the next minute you're out, right? So we have to already have loved and liked us. This goes back to self-love. This goes back to self-worth. Am I enough before you like me? Am I enough in and of myself before anybody sees my face that day, before I see anybody else's face that day? Am I enough? Just me being me because I breathe, because I live and breathe. Am I enough? That is everything you need to be in the morning. You need to have already established yourself in like and in love. So if God loves me, if God likes me, that's enough. I don't need human beings to love and to like me. That adds to the people-pleasing syndrome. I don't need to please people. I need to please the Lord. Next, approved of. We want to be approved of. You know, it's like whatever you're doing, sometimes you want people to say, yes, you're doing a good job, and you want them to applaud it. You want people to agree with it. You want everybody to affirm it. You want to know that you're doing a good job because somebody said it, because somebody liked it. You know, all of this is unhealthy, because if people don't like it, then what are you going to do? You're going to back away from your dreams. You're going to move off base. You're going to move off course because people are not responding the way that you would have them respond. This is all about the people-pleasing syndrome. This is unhealthy. We want to do things for the applause of men. We want to do things to gain the glory of men. When the glory of men fades, people don't care for that long. You know, yes, oftentimes you will have people that will be faithful to you, but honestly, we need to be faithful to ourselves. It is not until we're faithful to ourselves that we don't abandon ourselves just because other people are not are abandoning us, or because people are not replying or responding or whatever. And not until you get enough applause in and of yourself can you actually stop people pleasing. You don't want to have to fill a vacuum. It's like there's a vacuum on the inside that if we're not careful, we will fill it with the applause of people. But what happens when you're sitting still and you're doing nothing? Do you cease to love yourself? Do you cease to like yourself? Do you cease to applaud for yourself? Right? You don't need people's affirmations and people's applause over you. You need your own. That's what matters. Next, we want to be needed. We want to be needed. How many of us want to feel like we're worth something because of what we do? We want to feel like I'm the only person who can do this. I got to pull this off. I want to be the one that people need. I want to be the one that people are looking to. That makes us feel better about ourselves, right? And so we seek to please people and to do extra things so that people will feel like we are unique and this thing is unique to us, and so they need us in particular. We are set apart just for this, and can't nobody else do this like me, so I need you to need me. Right? This is something that many of us go through, and it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. It goes back to the people-pleasing syndrome. And this is just me telling us the truth, guys, about this. We don't want to walk through this all of our life because it is a burden. It wears you out. People will watch you kill yourself. Literally. People will watch you kill yourself when you have people-pleasing syndrome. When you have to go out your way, you have to please people. You've got to make it happen. You've got to make people smile. People will not care how stressed you get. They will just watch you get stressed and watch you pull the thing off, never lift a finger, sit there with their legs crossed and applaud you. But all the while, it's like they're stabbing you in the back. Next, significant. We want to feel significant. How many of you want to feel special? Yeah. You want to feel special. You want to feel set apart. You want to feel important. You want to feel unique and significant. Oftentimes we allow people to abuse us because we want to be significant to someone. We let people, basically treat us like a doormat, or walk all over us, or abuse our love, or take us for granted because we want to feel significant to someone, when all the while the person is patting you on the back and just pretty much using you. And they know they could probably have done it themselves, but they'd rather use your energy. They know that, it would take a lot from you to do this, but they would rather take it from you than take it from themselves. They would rather spoil you than do anything that causes them to be stressed and strained. See, people with people-pleasing syndrome, they tend to be used more than other people. And this is a problem in our society. It should be more like, okay, wow, I see that this person loves to help people. I see they love to do things for others. Let me do something for them. Let me aid them. Let me assist them. But many times it's the opposite, where the wrong people get attached to those with people-pleasing syndrome and abuse their love. This is a no-no for 2021 for you and me. This is a no-no. Do not ever be anywhere where you're not celebrated. Don't go anywhere where you feel like you are abused and used up. But it's going to take for us to actually recognize these things. We have to recognize the people-pleasing syndrome in ourselves so that we don't allow ourselves to be mistreated, right? We don't allow ourselves to be misused, and for us to be in the wrong places where people are not celebrating, they are not congratulating, and they're actually just using and abusing what we are and the good that we carry. That people-pleasing syndrome is good in a sense. It's like you have a heart of gold. You wear your heart on your sleeve, but at the same time, it breeds bitterness. It can breed discontentment, bottled up anger, crying spells, all of those types of negative emotions that many of us experience. We can go through that privately because we have people-pleasing syndrome. And that's a time waster. That wastes your time. That wastes the good that you have on the inside of you. The good that you have on the inside of you is meant to be shared with those that value you and those that see you, that see that good and will help you multiply that good, that are not here to drain you, but are here to add to you. They want to make your life easier, right? They're here to bless you. They're not here to siphon what you have. So let us take a look, guys, at our own lives. Let's do some serious introspection. Make sure we don't have people-pleasing syndrome. But if you love to please people, just make sure it's coming from a healthy place. It's a blessing to have it, but it can become a curse when it's not from a healthy place, when it's from a place of need, a place of I need to be liked, a place from I need to be significant, right? When it's coming from this place where I need to be approved. When all we need is the approval of the Lord, and you need your own approval. Thank you guys for listening. I think this is about it for this subject, unless you all have some ideas about people and how to be treated and how you want to see yourself grow in that area. Let me know if you all have any ideas. I will see you the next time.